Next in our agenda, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished delegates, we do have a G20 presidency introduction by BSN Deputy Chairman for Standard Development, Mr. Hendro Kusumo, SP, and also following a video remarks by Italy G20 Presidency 2021 remarks by Mr. Riccardo Lama, President of CEI Italy, and from India G20 Presidency 2023 remarks by Mr. Pramod Kumar Tiwari, Director of General of BIS India. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Hendro Kusumo, SP.
Very good morning to all of you here in Bali, and also good afternoon and evening to everybody who might joining this event virtually. First of all, I would like to convey our sincere thanks to Italy for host excellent leadership during the G20 International Standards Summit on People, Planet, Prosperity under the auspice of G20 Italy Presidency in 2021. Fortunately, in line with the world recovery from global pandemic of COVID, we are delighted to conduct the on-site summit here in Bali this year. Distinguished speaker and ladies and gentlemen, international standard together with conformity assessment can significantly contribute to the most policy objective related to the health aspect. They are innately inclusive and consensus built based on global collaboration and expertise. As G20 presidency this year, Indonesian government had set 3 pillars as the key for a strong and sustainability recovery, which covering first is strengthening a global health architecture. Then second is digital transformation. Third is energy security and sustainability energy transition. In addition to the 3 pillars above, International Standard Summit commit to add more issues to be highlighted that are net zero and SDG. With regard to strengthening of global health architecture, it is evident that the current pandemic, that the global health architecture need to be strengthened. This is not only to face the current pandemic, but also to prepare all of the world to respond better and have the proper capacity to deal with the future health crisis might arise. Digital transformation is one of the key solutions in moving the economy during a pandemic and has become a new source of economic growth. Taking into account this evidence, the summit is also focused on enhancing digital skill and digital literacy to ensure that an inclusive digital transformation for all. Furthermore, the summit will also promote energy transition toward the new and sustainable energy by prioritizing energy security, accessibility, and affordability. This will enhance and ensure a green and sustainable future and manage the climate change issues more effectively. Finally, international standards contribute significantly to support an achievement of target and indicator of all 17 SDG. We believe together with the testing and certification, they measure and mitigate an adverse climate impact with the aim toward achieving zero emission policy objective. Ladies and gentlemen, we have here representative from national standard body of G20 members and also observer from the respective institution. In addition, we have an international speaker and expert coming from international organization related to topic which are being discussed in this summit. As for Indonesia, we have a good collaboration with Standardization Organization as a British Standard Institution, UK, and then Standard Australia, Bureau of Indian Standard, and other. And we have those cooperation to strengthen our national quality infrastructure in facing the challenge of globalization. This summit might happen successfully with the contribution from the World Standard Cooperation, ISO, IEC, and ITU, and supported with the World Trade Organization. And of course, with the great job from organizing committee, my colleague there behind. However, the summit will not be at expected aim without your actively participation. I therefore look forward to have your idea, input, and talk during this summit. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable government officials, distinguished keynote speakers and panelists, presidents and secretaries of international standardization bodies and national committees, it is a pleasure for me to welcome you to the G20 International Standards Summit 2022. I am especially proud to contribute introducing this G20 related meeting, which our Saudi Arabian colleagues started under their G20 presidency 2 years ago, and that the Italian and now the Indonesian national committees helped transforming in a hopefully permanent event, which our Indian fellows are going to host next year. We are living in a time in which geographical boundaries can be overcome, both physically and in terms of information exchange. But we keep learning that this condition also involves responsibilities, as big natural phenomena, epidemic diseases, and the consequences on climate of human decisions and actions cannot be any more confined in the place where they originated. We must be able not to miss the opportunities of the potential we share, giving the word together a meaning that is full and deep as never before. We must do it as universal issues such as health, digital transformation, sustainable energy transition, and more in general, or United Nations SDGs, require joint efforts to achieve the necessary results. Doing things together is the natural way of working of international standardization bodies ISO, IC, and ITU, global organization through which distinguished experts put in common their knowledge to achieve voluntary convergence on best practices, delivering innovative, interoperable, flexible solutions capable of integrating environmental, social, and economic issues. We strongly believe that international standards can be an inclusive and sustainable foundation for growth, supporting G20 leaders' commitment, as included in the final statements in Rome, to reinforce their actions and international cooperations towards the digital transformation of production, processes, services, and business models. We hope G20 trust in the standardization community can be renewed here in Bali. I stop here. Welcome again. I'm sure we will experience an interesting and fruitful discussion together.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to be a part of the G20 International Standards Summit in Indonesia and share my thoughts on this occasion. India truly believes in the recovery together, recovery a stronger message set forth by Indonesia under its G20 presidency, which is aligned with one of the core philosophies of India, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which means the world is one big family. We must strive to build a better world, a composite and inclusive world, a world at peace with itself and at peace with nature. For a strong, sustainable, balanced and inclusive recovery of the global economies, it is imperative to ensure collective progress of all nations. We firmly stand with the world in overcoming the current challenges and also any potential future crisis, including the pandemic. The global pandemic has affected every aspect of our lives, from health, jobs, and education to financial security and social relations. Now is the time to intensify efforts to address them. We must prepare for an inclusive and transformative recovery together with a people-centric approach. Here I would like to emphasize that international standards can play a very important role in achieving an inclusive global recovery, and that priority areas identified by Indonesia, that is global health, digital transformation and sustainability, energy transition, are apt in the current scenario. In the contemporary world, standards are getting more and more relevant since we all face an immediate challenge to build back better. It comes as no surprise that the role of standards in tackling the public health concerns in the light of the repercussions of the pandemic on health and well-being has increased multifold. Enhanced innovations, be it in terms of vaccine development, digital health infrastructure, public health workforce operations, require standards which are agile, uncertainty ready, interpretable, and deliverable within a short time. Based on our pandemic experience in India, we feel that the international standards together with conformity assessment can significantly contribute to most of the policy objectives related to health. Thus, I request all the member countries of G20 to join hands and develop low-cost mitigation technologies for testing and treatment powered by harmonious international standards which cater to the needs of global health. I wish to inform that India has adopted a people-centric approach and operationalized the largest vaccination program in the world. And we would also like to be one of the key players in building the global health architecture. I am sure that every G20 country must be having its own pandemic experience when it comes to strengthening their health architecture for emergency preparedness, response, and resilience. Every experience is unique in its nature and may help others to adopt or adapt them for larger benefits. Thus, there is a need to share that knowledge and experience to build consensus-based international standards to further strengthen the global health architecture through a collective effort of G20. Friends, cutting-edge technologies such as 5G, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, or blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, deep learning, etc., are critical for any government or industry for the purposes of planning, decision-making, and expediting development or analyzing problem-solving, or for detecting new trends or drawing out linkages and associations. These technologies are being extensively used across the globe in almost all sectors. Post-pandemic, most of the G20 nations are undergoing a massive digital transformation with primary focus on low-cost, developmental, and potentially homegrown technology. However, I request you all to bridge the digital divide and steer in digital inclusion in your journey of transformation. India has its own story of developing digital public goods like Unified Payment Interface, Bharat QR for financial transactions, Aadhaar, a unique citizen identification system of India. These have enhanced the ease, transparency, and speed with which individuals, markets, and governments interact with each other. These digital public goods frequently use the international and indigenously developed standards and are instrumental in achieving the UN SDGs. Friends, in recent times, several G20 nations would be rolling out or would have already launched 5G services. It is believed that 5G will provide reliable and efficient connection speeds that would improve the delivery and quality of services, be it digital learning, health informatics, e-commerce, etc., and will make our lives better and safer. Recognizing the importance of digital technologies and the role of international standards in these areas, it is high time G20 nations revisit their strategies for developing and diffusing technology while maintaining a consensus amongst one another. This can be achieved with more and deeper engagement, better sharing of knowledge on global platforms provided by international standard setting organizations like ISO and IEC. Friends, the G20 nations have an important mandate of tackling environmental challenges and climate change issues while promoting transitions towards more flexible, transparent, and clean energy systems. India is a strong proponent of sustainable energy transition. While we are making great progress in digital technologies, at the same time, it is also home to one of the largest clean energy expansion programs. The country has pledged to meet 50% of its energy requirements, which would be 500 gigawatt from renewable sources by 2030, which shows our intent to transition to sustainable energy solutions. We wish that G20 nations think over pioneering a new model of economic development that would avoid carbon-intensive approach and provide a blueprint for other economies as well. I would like to reaffirm that opportunities like electric mobility, carbon recycling, microgrids, green hydrogen, and green bonds, utility-scale solar, consumer-centric clean tech, etc., have the potential to reach the goal of net zero. Friends, India truly believes that standards are instrumental in achieving the shared global vision of net zero, circular economy, and sustainable development. The world must put rigorous efforts in developing solutions and services which cater to the new era of industrialization, marked by Industry 4.0, digitization, and innovation. Standards play a vital role in turning policies into concrete actions to implement objectives related to digital transformation, health, sustainable energy transition, and sustainable development goals. I strongly believe that sharing challenges and experiences in tackling the various issues related to standards and standardization processes would help us make our lives easier, safer, and better. International standardization organizations are therefore playing a crucial role in providing a common platform to discuss and come up with common and most suitable solutions to these issues. By ensuring diversity and inclusivity in the standard formulation and related processes, these international organizations are going to play a bigger role in times to come. In the end, I would like to thank the Indonesian standardization body, BSN, the host, and IEC, ISO, and ITU co-organizers for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts with you, and hope that the dialogue and cooperation in all these areas will gain further momentum under Indian G20 presidency as well. Thank you.